South Fulton Mayor Khalid Kamal faced backlash over nearly $26,000 in questionable expenses, including a 20-day trip to Ghana.
First, to be clear, we are not a body of equals. The mayor has a separate set of roles and responsibilities. The father of our city is here. I am so distressed and disappointed that the blackest city in the United States of America is heading into Black History Month with its all-black council tearing each other down.
I really was going to let this go, but I can't continue to sit here and allow you to make it seem like we're the villains and you're the victim. It was you who want to sit around and call us the blackest city and say we want to tear each other down. We're not tearing you down. You took your black behind over to Africa for 20 days and didn't tell anybody. No.
Tiffany Henyard is the mayor of Dalton. She is also the supervisor of Thornton Township. Credit card records show Henyard and her team have charged taxpayers more than $102,000 for trips they've taken in the past year. That includes a stay at the Four Seasons in Atlanta and a $13,000 hotel tab in New York City. Township taxpayers also paid for a trip to Las Vegas.
How do we justify spending upwards of $80,000 to redecorate an office for her and staff in our current financial situation?
So the Cultural Center has always been a location for dignitaries. Every First Lady has had office space, there. Renovations for my office or any other office is standard procedure. Our commitment to invest in people is still our commitment.
Is there any concern about optics of spending $4,000 on a desk or $4,000 in club chairs at a time when the city is in this sort of budget hole?
Lee pled guilty after being charged with conspiracy to commit bribery. She appeared in court before Judge Daniel Jordan, shedding tears as she admitted her wrongdoing. Lee accepted clothes, designer bags, jewelry, and more in exchange for a vote to approve a fictitious development project in downtown Jackson. Lee's bond was set at $10,000.
I will be so glad when black folk finally get over this obsession with representation. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with, and in certain situations, I support and enjoy, black representation. Having a black person doing certain things or being in certain places, right? So I'm not against it, but what I'm saying is, for a lot of us, I think there's some low self-esteem. I also think for some of us, there's some worship of our skin color. And so when you take low self-esteem and worshiping your skin color, now your desire for representation is in overdrive. And when that happens, you tend to have rose-colored glasses on when a black person rolls up and is talking the right way and dressing the right way and saying the right things. And you tend to get fooled or played or used. And then what we're seeing is that's happening more and more often now, right? So once again, I don't have anything wrong, and I even support at times, depending on who the person is, having a black person do certain things and be in certain spaces. The issue that I'm having now is, once again, so many of us are so wrapped up in our skin color that we will completely overlook or lack discernment to see when, yes, this person is black, but this person is not for me. This person is black, but they're not qualified. This person is black, but they're a grifter. This person is black, but they should be nowhere near a position of power in this community. There's far too many people who are not recognizing that. And it's like we get mesmerized by the skin color, by the kente cloth, by the cultural colloquialisms, by the mentioning of white supremacy and racism. All people got to do is touch on the right buttons and say the right things, and we don't even stop and go, hold on. There ain't no way you're supposed to be in this position. You're not qualified. No. Why is that important? Well, it's the reason I played those 4 different news clippings and the reason why I have the thumbnail. Because what we are seeing more and more often is majority black communities are placing people in positions of power to rule over them on the basis of representation. And then those people are using that power that they were given based on representation to enrich themselves at the expense of the people who put them in that position. Like we've seen, this is just a handful. I could have kept going. But we see people accepting bribes for development deals and contracts, not really any regard for, is this the right company? Are these the right people to do business with in this neighborhood? How is this going to impact the people who actually live here? We see people going to New York and London and Ghana and Vegas all on the taxpayers' money. We see people renovating offices and what else? Just having a good time, having a ball, buying clothes, renovating offices, buying property, just balling out of control. Making all kinds of money hand over fist at the expense of the people who put them in office because, oh man, I would love to see a black man or a black woman in this position. Now, just be clear, I'm not saying it's only black folk that's stealing and robbing. I'm not saying that. There's plenty of people of all races and all walks of life who get in government and steal money. What I'm talking about today is we are putting people oftentimes in these positions who, let's just be real, if Tiffany Henyard was white, would those people have voted for her? Or would they say, you know what? I don't think she's that bright. She has a terrible attitude. She's doing too much? No. But because she was a sister, that's what helped her get in there. Brandon Johnson in Chicago. Listen, man. Listen, seriously. If he wasn't black, would they, no. That's the issue. It's that a lot of us, we are so thirsty for quote-unquote representation that we put people in position to represent us, and you know what they do? They rob you blind. Take you for every penny you got. So all I'm saying is, I'm not saying don't vote for black people. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, don't vote for them because they are black. Vote for them because you genuinely feel like they would do a good job with the job, and they just happen to be black on top of that. Their skin color should be the icing on the cake, not the cake. Because we're seeing what's happening. You're putting people in these positions. And here's the most diabolical and the most messed up part, in my opinion. You get these black folk who don't actually care about black people into these positions of power over black people. And they get these positions by using their race. And when they get these positions of power and they abuse the position of power, then they want to escape from accountability by leaning on their race. So you should put me in this position of power because I'm black and we need representation. Then when I get the position and I'm misusing the power and the authority, and I'm enriching myself and spending all the money like it's my personal bank account, now you can't hold me accountable for that because I'm black. So blackness is the reason I get the position that I shouldn't have had in the first place, and it's the reason why you can't call me out when I'm doing wrong. That's why you got to be careful of, oh, they black, so what? Now you got people sitting there talking about, I can't believe we all black up here, and it's about to be Black History Month, and we tearing each other down. No, don't try to pull the Black History Month stuff. You was gone out of the country for 20-some days on taxpayer money. Who approved that? And like, they try to get slick. Oh, it's offensive for you to ask a black man if he's going to a... No, don't, Brian Johnson. The matter of fact is, you're spending taxpayer money to go to the Bears football game in London. Don't try to skate around that. You're taking taxpayers' money and you're going to London, you're going to watch the Chicago Bears football game. Don't try to, because I'm black, man... Representation is a very lucrative grift.